Wow, pumping out the videos today. This one I wanted to do for a little bit. I just want to show you guys how I mix my fuel up. I don't go through a lot here because down at Walker's we run the new saws in that I do, but the used ones I fix up for people and myself, I do run them. So I always mix up. I always have a good gallon and a bit of gas here ready to go. So I like to use Red Armor Echo, and you're probably like, oh man, why is that the best, Donny? No, it is. It isn't. Who knows? That's the big controversy of oil. As long as it's a good approved chainsaw mixing oil that is a good brand, that's all you need to go with, man. You know, there's so much talk about it, but this is what I do. Everyone should get one of these. You can go to a motorcycle shop or an ATV shop, and you get the ratio right measuring cup, okay? I was just down in Arizona a couple of weeks ago, and I went into a motorcycle shop just because I spied a couple bikes. There was an old Husqvarna bike in there that I really wanted, but I noticed they have them right on the wall. So almost everyone sells these things. So on here you have a graduated thing for gallons and ounces, milliliters, everything like that. So our cans in Canada here are kind of weird. This is a 5-liter jug, or let's say around 1.5 gallons, or just a little bit over 1.25 gallons. Okay, so there's the marks on the side here. So what I do, I mix 40-1. Okay, so I put in the oil in the ratio mix to 40-1 for 1.5 gallons, okay? So I might be around 45-1, so let's give or take a bit. So that's around 7 ounces. If you go around the cup here to this side where the ounces are, it's around 7 ounces. So what I do is I pour the oil in there to the 40-1 mark on the 1.5 gallon mark, okay? So I put the oil in here, pour it into my jug, put my gas in, and I use 92 octane Shell here in Canada. Pretty much all the gas here on Vancouver Island is pretty much all the same gas, and I'll explain it to you. The fuel barge comes over from Vancouver area to Vancouver Island here, Fantasy Island like I like to call it, and it all has ethanol in it. Now, the higher octane ones like Shell and Chevron and a few other companies, they all put their additives in it. You know, Shell puts their V-Power stuff in whatever they call it, or X-Power. Chevron has, what do you call it, Tetralon or whatever you call it. So they all put that in to increase the octane and octane boost, obviously, to get their blends set up right. I just like Shell. It just seems to be good, consistent fuel. And it's got a little percentage of ethanol in it. I don't know how much, but I know the lower octane ones like 87, 89, 87's maybe got close to around 10%. 89 might have close to the same, but I know the higher ones only have a few percentages up to close to 5 maybe. I'm not exactly sure on this, but I was explained to by a person I know that runs a fuel company on the island here. So I'm just saying, the big debate on oil and gas, just make sure you got yourself a good quality oil and mix it properly with fresh gas. And if it's going to sit around for some time, pour it in your lawnmower or something where it'll burn. Don't use it in your chainsaw that runs real hot. You got other choices of gas like Aspen, Moto Mix, the Husqvarna gas. It stays good in the bottle for, 3 or 4 years, they say, and you open it up, it's good for a while. Well, you should still use it up. If you only use a little bit of fuel at home for your lawn and garden equipment or around your yard, buy the Aspen or the Moto Mix still, or the Husqvarna stuff. I don't like that True Power stuff in the big stores and whatnot. I think that stuff's not very good, but buy a good brand name one and just use it a little bit in your lawn and garden stuff around your yard. You'll be fine. But when you're a tree business and you're running multiple saws every day, you're running, mixing up 5 gallons at a time, you can't afford to run that stuff. So you want to run your basic gas, but of course those guys are using it all the time, so they don't really have any problem with it going bad, right? Their saws are starting up every couple days, or blowers, or weed eaters. You're not so bad. But if you do have something sitting around, like for example, like generators, like right now with the storms here in Canada, or on the West Coast here right now, I just went out and started my generator up the other morning. Had to run it on choke a little bit, clear it out a little bit, then fire it up okay. So this is the time of year that you should be starting your generators up. Make sure they're running before the storm's here, or you're going to have to get it fixed. 90% of generator problems are carburetors, of course. People buy brand new generators, put gas in them, take them home. Oh, I got a brand new generator. I'm fine from the storm. 6 months later, they go to start it, it won't start. So if you're going to buy a brand new unit, get yourself some of that fuel that stays good for a long time, or something that you're not using much, like a pressure washer a couple times a year. Put that type of fuel in it. You can buy it in 5-gallon jugs, and it'll stay good for you. And it does have no ethanol in it. It won't give you a carb problem. If you do have, if you at least let it sit and run it with that gas, and it gets into the carburetor and all through your jets, and everything won't clog up. But if you're using it a lot, you can just use the regular fuel. So simply storage use and for use in a few pieces of equipment, buy that expensive stuff. But for now, use the other stuff if your machine's running okay. But just keep it running. Just go out and start a generator up every couple months, or your power washer, just to make sure it's cycled and it moves right. If not, you'll be bringing it into our fine shops all over North America, and you'll be paying a bill to have the carburetors cleaned and fixed, or replaced in some cases. So anyways, that's my little thing on mixing oil. I'm going to go mix them up right now. Go get a fuel line for that little still that I just talked about in the previous video. Have yourself a great day. Keep your saw onto it, stick in the ice, your rubber on the road. Your rod tip up, your bat up. Hey, go, Blue Jays, go. And your equipment running good. Ciao.